NY Times, as a powerhouse producer for Steven Spielberg and now president of Lucasfilm, Ms. Kathleen Kennedy has for decades tackled some of Hollywood's most famous monsters, gremlins, poltergeists, T-Rexes and the dark side of the Force. Now she has set her sights on perhaps the most pernicious industry villain of all, sexual misconduct and abuse. She is spearheading the creation of an anti-harassment commission, backed by more than 24 of the entertainment industry's biggest bigwigs, that, in a stroke of marquee casting, will be led by Ms. Anita Hill. The hard part will be figuring out what comes next. As Ms. Hill concedes herself, there's no blueprint for ridding an industry of sexual harassment. At least not yet. If there was template out there, at this point I think it would already been discovered, Ms. Hill said in a phone chat on Monday, December 18, with the New York Times and Ms. Kennedy. There's something out there, pieces out there that need to come together, Ms. Hill continued, but I think if a model was out there, we'd know, because there's so much will and desire to end this problem. It's too early to guess if the commission will work, but it already has a few Hollywood must-haves on its side. Backing it is a good look, and it has money. The names Ms. Kennedy enlisted bear testament to the eagerness, if not desperation, of Hollywood heavyweights to be on the right side of the sexual harassment story. Chief executives and leaders from Disney, Paramount, CBS, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Amazon, Sony and the biggest guilds and agencies were among those who met with Ms. Kennedy on Friday in Los Angeles, the day the commission was announced, and pledged money from their organizations, along with their unanimous support. As Matt Damon has discovered, there can be no gradations, at least publicly, in backing Me Too. People get pilloried for not being all in. Beyond the fear of bad optics, and, lest it go unmentioned, the damage that sexual harassment wreaks on victims, the financial cost of handling misconduct can be crippling. According to one educated estimate, Ridley Scott's 11th-hour decision to swap out an accused abuser, Kevin Spacey, for Christopher Plummer in All the Money in the World cost upward of $10 million. Settlements can run in the multimillions. Zero tolerance bodes well for the bottom line, especially in an industry under intense scrutiny for being too male and too white. Ms. Kennedy first proposed the commission at an L Women in Hollywood event in October, less than 2 weeks after the first story about sexual misconduct accusations against Harvey Weinstein broke in the New York Times. In a speech, she said studios, talent agencies and unions should create and fund a commission of labor specialists, lawyers, feminist thinkers and activists who would develop industry-wide protections against harassment and abuse. I reject the idea that misogyny is the true heart of this industry, she told the crowd. Speaking by phone on Monday, she said that despite her initial prescriptive suggestions, she didn't at the time have a clear idea of what the commission might look like or how it might come about. But with new revelations making news by the day, she had increasingly urgent conversations with fellow honchos in and out of the industry.